Hello, Kilima. This is Angela, your grandmother. You probably won't remember me. Well, you're only 1 month old today, 16th of December 2020. Well, 1 month is a long time in a baby's lifetime. For us, certainly, the time has gone fast. Well, you were born such a precious little boy. We waited for 9 months for you. Never knew when you would come. Thought you would come on the 8th of December. You decided to arrive on the 16th of November. Now that was a bit of a shock. We rushed to the hospital with your mother. I did. Your mother and I rushed to the hospital to have you delivered, even though you weren't due to be born until 2 weeks later. Well, Kilima, this is how you were. Wanting to do things in your own sweet time. Never stick to schedule. The doctor specifically said, on the 9th of December, we shall make sure he's born. We shall operate on your mum and you will deliver. But no, you came, and my God, you came. Your mother was frantic because she felt uncomfortable. And I was so positive and so dominant. I said, right. Now we go to the hospital. We go to the hospital. No ifs, no buts. We go now, one way or another, and we get in through emergency. No appointments. We're not going to talk to anybody. Just get the taxi and let's go. Quick. This is what I said to your mother. Well, your mother called a taxi. We got into the taxi and went straight through emergency. Well, of course, two women in the back clapped their hands for some stupid reason, probably thought, here's this little grandmother coming ahead for some reason, whatever, and they got to know that your mother was about to deliver, put her on the chair, took her in. Well, that was the beginning, Kilima, of your entry into this world. They took your mother in, and I had to wait outside in the heat of the sun on a bench, all on my own. I wasn't afraid, I wasn't anxious. I thought, Rausch, she's in safe hands. Waited for 1 hour, 2 hours, nothing happened. 3 hours, nothing happened, Kilima. At least I didn't know what was happening inside, what you and your mum were up to. I had no idea. In a little while, Milena, your auntie, came round. And we said, right, we're going to have to wait, going on 4 hours now. So we waited and we waited, saw people coming in, going out the hospital, and we sat on our own waiting, counting the minutes, thinking 4 hours is a bit long for Tamara, for your mother, to be inside and there's no word about her. So just when I thought, well, she must be delivering the little chap now, she must be bringing him into the world. So Milena, your auntie Milena, said, let me go and find out. She walked into the hospital and they said to her, well, who is Tamara's relative here? She said, I am. And the nurse said, who are you really of Tamara? I'm the sister-in-law. All right, we have delivered a little boy. We have delivered Kilima. Wow. She came out and she told me, Kilima's born. Kilima's born. Well, I didn't know whether I was excited. I took it all lying down, always hoping, hope Kilima's all right, hope everything goes well, hope he doesn't have any problems. And there we were. Well, in a few hours' time, we were shown little Kilima. My word. What a tiny little baby you were. Jet black hair on her forehead. Little boy, oh so sweet. But ever so tiny, Kilima, you wouldn't believe it. Well, at least we were happy. Your mother had delivered a little baby. Somebody we were waiting for 58 years, you could say. Well, your dad was 58 years old. That's how long we were waiting for. One day I would have a little grandson by him. And here you came. It was wonderful, wonderful news. And from then on, well, every day we looked at you. went to the hospital. You cried and you cried and you cried, carried you, tried to calm you down. Poor little fellow, he just wanted to feed. And I think we didn't quite know what you wanted. Carried you and put you down and carried you, and the nurses said, well, he wants to be fed. I didn't play a part in that, of course, because you were going to be breastfed. So your mom picked you up and tried to feed you, tried to teach you how to drink. It was a long process. Kilima, I kept saying, my little Kilito, who's my little Kilito? Poor fellow, you didn't understand. Well, 6 days we were there in hospital, taking turns to look after you, your Auntie Milena and me, and your Auntie Milena carrying you every so often. She thought the world of you. We all did, Kilima. You were so wonderful. You were our own. Our own precious little boy. Precious little Kilito. Well, anyway, by that time, on the sixth day, I think, of your being in hospital, your daddy arrived. My word, your daddy arrived from Afghanistan. Kilito, you wouldn't believe it. He missed the first few days, so I took him to my house, got him to change his clothes, have a proper wash, a proper bath in my house. Couldn't have him taking all the germs or whatever he picked up on his travels from Afghanistan to Lorca. So he changed all his clothes, put them in the washing machine. He got into brand new clothes and came to see you. What a nice time it must have been for him. How exciting, how surprising to see, out of nothing, a little baby into our lives. That was an experience you can imagine. So I wasn't there, unfortunately, and he stayed with you throughout the night, with your mummy and Auntie Milena for a little while. And Auntie Milena had to come away because 2 persons were not allowed in to look after you. So after that, in a couple of days' time, we brought you home, Kilito. Brought you home, and you cried every so often. I felt a bit, shall I say, I was afraid, because I thought, how do I stop him crying? What can I do? Well, it went on. Your mummy looked after you, gave you her milk and all that, and within a few days, after a few days, I started to sing to you. It was a good many days. I would say about 10, 15 days. I started to sing to you. That was the only way I knew to stop you crying. And would you believe it? You'd open your eyes. You'd open your eyes when I sang to you. Would you believe it? I sang every song I knew. I don't know how many. One followed another and another. And you opened your eyes and you looked and shut them again and opened them. It was a wonderful time, mind you, because you were a human being, a brand new human being. Open eyes, shutting eyes. You seemed to enjoy music. And when your daddy came home, I said to him, do you know, I think he likes music. So I sang to you in Portuguese, I sang to you in English, sang you a little Konkani song. I don't know what I sang, but I sang. Kilito, you were wonderful, very sweet. You would smile when you were asleep. Unknowingly, I suppose, or perhaps in your dreams, God knows. Well, today, after all this, it's 1 month. 1 month, the 16th of December. A whole month has gone, and we've seen you grow up ever so slowly. But grow you have, and a voice, you have a voice. Oh my God. When you want something, Kilima, you do shout. You do scream. Cannot believe that a little mite like you could have a voice so loud when you want to make it heard. Well, I don't blame you. You wanted to drink. You were hungry. You could not talk. You had to frighten us with your voice. Wah, wah, red in the face. Anyway, we're not blaming you. You were a lovely boy, and when you slept, you were a little angel with your hands over your head, on the side of your head. What a lovely boy, Kilima. May you have many, 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 many more. I won't be here. I won't be here, but you will remember your grandmother, Angela, who, who looked after you the first few days of your life. I'm sure others will be telling you a lot of things like this as well, but I only wish you the very best. I don't know what else to say. You are so tiny. I hope you grow into a wonderful boy, a beautiful boy, and a great person. That's all I have to say for now.